What is up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, John's Daily Hustle. Today we're going to do a fall cleanup and leaf removal and also gutter cleaning. And of course this property will just get to use the exmark radius. We don't have to use the time master or anything else. So this isn't actually my first leaf cleanup of the season, but this will be the first leaf cleanup that you guys get to see. And all I'm really doing is actually just mulching the leaves up. I'm not even hauling them away. I do still have some more mowing footage with both the time master and the exmark radius and even my bobcat that you guys are going to kind of randomly see throughout the winter time to kind of keep you entertained while you're not seeing the same stuff all the time. So let's jump straight into this. So starting right off, you guys can see there's really not a whole lot to this. There's not a whole lot of leaves there in the front yard. You guys can kind of see the line right there on the neighbor's yard, and there's almost nothing in the backyard that needs to be done. So this one's going to be a pretty quick and easy one. So starting right off, one of the first things I always do whenever I do a gutter cleaning is I always start out by blowing off the downspouts. For me, the easiest way is taking my backpack blower and blowing up all the debris and everything out of the gutter upwards. And also, to me, whenever I'm doing a gutter cleaning, I don't normally get on roofs and blow the leaves off, but that's all I've done this year is actually get on the roofs and blow leaves off. And the main reason why I'm doing that is because I'm already doing a gutter cleanup here, so I was able to upsell the customer, or I'm already doing a leaf cleanup here, sorry, so the gutter cleaning was kind of an upsell to the customer. So because I'm doing a leaf cleanup, I don't mind just blowing the leaves everywhere, because once I get off the roof after the gutters are cleaned out, I'll still have to go down and blow all the leaves out of the flower beds and everything else. So anytime I do any kind of leaf cleanup for any customers, I always try to upsell them on the gutters. And here's what it looks like from the down perspective. You can see how crazy it looks anyways. I am actually holding a GoPro in my hand up there, so that's why it looks like I'm hunched over, and also because I'm kind of afraid of heights, but you guys heard that here from me. And I have a bit of a fear of falling off the roof, so I try to stay as low as I can to where if I fall, maybe I can quickly grab a hold of something. But it's kind of hard to grab a hold of something when you're holding a leaf blower and a GoPro in your hands. But as you guys can see, this leaf blower actually works very, very good for doing these gutter cleanouts. Now, as a disclaimer, most of the leaves are dry, both in the gutters and on the ground, so this leaf cleanup was very, very easy. I was racing a storm that came in later this afternoon when I recorded this. So I knew if I wanted to mulch them up easily, I needed to get it done before they got too wet. But even after the rain, once the gutters are filled up of all the wet and clumpy leaves, that leaf blower actually still works very good blowing all that stuff out. So now you guys can see I've already cleaned out all the gutters and I've blown out all the leaves from the flower beds and everything. So now we're getting on to the fun part of just mulching up all the leaves. You guys will actually see me several times, like right here I believe I'm about to do it, where I'm going to reach down and I'm going to have to reopen that chute blocker and close the chute blocker, or push it closed. As you guys know, if you watched my review video of the exmark chute blocker, it doesn't really work so well, especially when it comes to mulching these leaves. As you guys will see, there's a ton that still blows out past it, like right there's a good angle of it. So I had to keep reaching down and reapplying pressure on it to try and close it. But you guys will see one thing I did is as I go over the leaves, as I'm mulching them up, I do tend to open it up some to kind of disperse some of the leaves a little further. Like right there, I really had to push it down, just kind of disperse them. But for the most part, when I'm going over the leaves for the first time, I like to keep it closed and just mulch up as many of them as I can before I worry about dispersing them over the yard. Now, one thing I don't think I disclosed is I actually am using mulching blades on this mower. They are not the high lift mulching blades, they are just regular mulching blades. And one thing I've noticed is I actually don't quite notice that much of a difference between regular high lift blades and mulching blades. On this mower at least. On my residential exmark I used to have, there was a big difference between the mulching blades and the regular high lift blades. But on this one I don't notice that much of a difference between cut quality, or at least when it comes to cleaning up leaves. So as I said, I've got several videos coming out for you guys here in the near future. I've got several leaf cleanups that I've done. This just so happens to be the first one that you guys saw anyways, but I've got several others coming out, as well as I collaborated with another company. Shout out to Adam at Stuff Cow Lawn Care. I collaborated with him and did a couple of leaf cleanups, or at least I did one anyways. And I do plan on doing several more with him, so you guys will see a lot of good content coming in the future. And as I also said, I do still have several mowing footage or several mowing videos for you guys to watch throughout this winter time. So right there, you guys may have saw me, I raised the deck. I was doing that quite a lot. And I didn't really have to do it that much on this job, but almost every leaf cleanup that I do, I always have to keep raising the deck, or sometimes what I'll do is I'll go over the entire yard once with the deck fully raised before I drop it. because what ends up happening is the deck actually pushes leaves up into a pile, and then it makes it harder to mulch up, and it bogs the mower down and everything. So it kind of acts like a leaf plow. So one thing I have to do is keep raising the deck. And one thing I found that works really well also is actually backing over the leaves. For some reason, it just seems to kind of disperse the leaves in the deck and mulch them up better by backing over them as opposed to driving over them. But I didn't have to do that too much in this yard, just a little bit here and there. Now one thing you guys will notice, like right now, I kind of open up the discharge chute after I've got a majority of them mulched up, because then I go over it several times to try and disperse them into the yard to make them look even. And I feel like that not only does it make a better cut, or at least it leaves a better quality cut in my opinion, it looks better, but it'll also help break them down faster and become good fertilizer for the yard in the springtime. Now one thing to note, this year I only am doing leaf cleanups for my regular mowing customers. I'm not taking on any new customers at all. This is just for my current mowing customers that I service every week. So you guys may recognize almost any leaf cleanup that I do. You guys may recognize the yards because I've mowed on them before. But where I was going with that anyways is I'm kind of excited to see come springtime, early springtime, what the yards are going to look like after they get mulched up, and you know, get those nutrients down in the ground and everything after the leaves finally break down and then the grass starts to grow again. I'm sure it's going to become a really thick and lush yard. Now here's the final product of what it looks like in the end. You guys may remember in the beginning what the leaves looked like and versus what it looks like now. So I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. So that was it, you know, not much to it, just an easy little quick leaf cleanup and gutter cleanup. It's funny because you guys are watching that one now. I believe that was actually my last leaf cleanup of the season. It was actually filmed the week before Christmas. Got about a dozen more leaf cleanups you guys are going to see throughout the winter time that will go all the way back to all the way up to Thanksgiving. And any cleanups that I didn't do in the fall time, I'm going to do in the springtime as a spring cleanup before the season gets started. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up if you didn't already. And go check out that video right there. And as always, YouTube recommends you go check out that video. I think you'll really like it too. And please hit that button there and consider subscribing. As always guys, thank y'all for watching.